All right, my name is Alex Mrozik, and I'm a software engineer here at Trackit. This video is a demo of Hammerspace, and we'll show you some different types of implementations at a high level, and then we'll dive a bit into the UI for a short introduction of it. So here we have a simple implementation of Hammerspace spanning two regions, each with their own VPC containing an Anvil server and a few DSX nodes. Here, the Anvil server acts as a policy holder for data migration between the two sites through the VPC peering connection. Each VPC needs at least one Anvil server and one DSX node. However, you can add as many DSX nodes as you need, depending on the amount of data that you need to move. This implementation is a good base model to show the policy-based data movement Hammerspace makes available. The next one is going to be an example of the hybrid cloud. The only difference between this implementation and the last is that the Los Angeles location is also utilizing their on-premise network. There are many ways to implement this depending on the use case, but in this example, the DSX nodes within the on-premise network are communicating directly with the Anvil server in the cloud. To do this, the AWS site-to-site VPN is necessary, but it is also acceptable to have an Anvil server for the on-premise network as well. Additionally, you can run workspaces or S3 buckets within the on-premise network if needed. And the last one, which is the one we'll be using for the demo, it contains a VPC with two subnets to simulate the two regions. We have a Nimble Studio workstation connected to two subnets, each with their Anvil server and a DSX node. Also note that there is an S3 bucket within the region as well, as we'll be using that within the demo. All right, and then moving on to the Hammerspace dashboard. All right, so this is what you see when you log into Hammerspace. It's a dashboard that basically is composed of a lot of charts that you can use to analyze your system. Going straight on to mobility, this is where you can see a chart that basically shows how the data is moving across all your allocated volumes. You can view it as a list, which might make it easier. There's source volume, destination, and then it shows other information for it as well. Going on to objectives and tiers. So basically, tiering is a way to specify how and where the data can be stored, while objectives are a way to automate those tiering rules. With objectives, you can automate and deactivate tiers based off of the conditions that you set. So let's go on and try to make a tier. Tier, demo tier, hit next. So this is where we have exclude data from this storage and place data on the storage. So let's say I want to exclude the data from an S3 bucket. So I'm going to click that, save, and then I want to place it on a DSX volume. Click that, save, and go on to the next step. So this is where you define performance for the tier. There's read and write for both bandwidth, IOPS, and latency. All right, and then you define protection if you want. I'm gonna hit next. All right, and you get to preview it. So I'm gonna cancel it, but if you save the tier, it'd be shown here. All right, and then to create an objective, click there. Demo objective. All right. It starts off with an if statement. So you get all these different attributes you can specify. I'm going to say if file size is less than 10 gigabytes. I'm going to add the statement. It shows up here, and then you get to define the bounds for your objective. So let's say if it's between 60 minutes and 1,000 IOPS, I'm going to select the tier for, let's say we want it to perform fast. So click performance fast. And then anytime it's between 7 years and 60 minutes, I want to say place on an S3 bucket just for storage purposes. Okay, next, you get to review it, and then I'm going to save the objective. Oh, it's already saved. Anyways, so there's one I made previously. It would be stored there just like this one is. Okay, infrastructure and data. So this is a root directory. It's created automatically. And then this is a Los Angeles directory that is basically holds all the data that is specific to the Los Angeles site. You can see that here, the site is loading, but we would have the 273F up here. That basically shows that all the data you can view here is going to be within the Los Angeles site. And then the common shows two different sites. So the other number here is going to be the London site. So basically this common directory shows all of the data between Los Angeles and London. All right, we're going to move on to the storage systems. So this is where you can see all of the configured storages we have. We've already configured a DSX node and an S3 bucket. I'm going to skip volume groups for now and go straight on to volumes. So this is the two that you just saw, the DSX node and the S3 bucket. I'm going to hit the edit button just so we can view this screen. Okay. So whenever your DSX node threshold is within or is below the 60%, it's going to be within the green. So to fully utilize the capacity it has the ability to pull from the S3 bucket. All right. And then when it's in the yellow, it's going to be working comfortably and it won't push or pull from the S3 bucket. And then when it's in the red, the DSX node is overworked. It's near full capacity. So it'll automatically push data to the S3 bucket to clear space until it's working comfortably again. So that's pretty much all I had planned to show you for the demo. So thanks for watching and enjoy working with Hammerspace.